on anger, and then I'll start from the beginning. Because anger is the big problem for me, for everybody. Oh, lovely. Somebody's hair is in the page. Okay, this is called anger. This is a meditation. So take the deepest breath of the day. Om. This is Anger by the Buddha. Anger is like a true charioteer, in command of the rolling chariot, and not just holding the reins. Where there is anger, apply loving kindness. Where there is evil, offer good. Where there is stinginess, be generous. Where there are lies, be truthful. Speak the truth. Control anger. Share even from your meager store. These 3 steps lead to the presence of the shining ones. The wise one, the wise ones who do no harm, ever restrained in body, word, and mind, come to the place of peace, where they will sorrow no more. The vigilant, who follow the way day and night, who are wholly intent upon nirvana, their mental intoxicants come to an end. This, O Atula, subnote, Atula was a lay devotee who lived at the time of the Buddha. When he told the Buddha about the flaws in other people, the Buddha admonished him of the value of forbearance. This, O Atula, has been going on through the ages. They criticize the silent ones. They criticize the talkative ones. They criticize the moderate ones. There is no one in the world who escapes criticism. There never was and never will be, nor is there now, the wholly criticized or the wholly approved, whom the discriminating praise as behaving impeccably in life, displaying wisdom, insight, and virtue, who is like a coin of pure gold. He is praised even by Brahma. Avoid rash actions. Be restrained in action. Giving up wrong deeds. Exercise right action. Avoid rash speech. Be restrained in speech. Giving up wrong speech. Exercise right speech. Avoid mental agitation. Om. Mind is the forerunner of all actions. All deeds are led by mind, created by mind. If one speaks or acts with a corrupt mind, suffering follows. As the wheel follows the hoof of an ox pulling a cart. Mind is the forerunner of all actions. All deeds are led by mind, created by mind. If one speaks or acts with a serene mind, happiness follows. as surely as one's shadow. He abused me, mistreated me, defeated me, abused me, mistreated me, defeated me, robbed me. Releasing such thoughts banishes hatred for all time. The tempter Mara breaks. Subnote Mara. In Buddhist scriptures, Mara is a metaphor for temptations or passions personified, being neither male nor female, hence the use of tempter. The tempter Mara. If the one who wears that robe is lacking in self-control and honesty, he is unworthy of such a robe. Only one who is free from stain, well-disciplined, honest, and endowed with self-control is worthy of the monk's robe. Those who fail to distinguish the non-essential from the essential. As rain pours through badly thatched houses, so does desire penetrate the undeveloped mind. As rain fails to pour through a well-thatched house, so does only grief. Here, as well as hereafter, in both states, he experiences grief, seeing his own wholesome acts. For the doer of good deeds, there is rejoicing. He experiences more suffering because he has gone to a state of suffering. The doer of good deeds reaps happiness here and hereafter, in both states remembering, I have done good deeds, and there is more. Cannot share the abundance of the holy life, just as the cow herd and confusion. Revering the truth with a clear mind.
Whoever relies on the Tao in governing men doesn't try to force issues or defeat enemies by force of arms. For every force, there is a counterforce. Violence, even well-intentioned, always rebounds upon oneself. The master does his job and then stops. He understands that the universe is forever out of control, and that trying to dominate events goes against the current of the Tao. Because he believes in himself, he doesn't try to convince others. Because he is content with himself, he doesn't need others' approval. Because he accepts himself, the whole world accepts him. 31. Weapons are the tools of violence. All decent men detest them. Weapons are the tools of fear. A decent man will avoid them except in the direst necessity, and if compelled, will use them only with the utmost restraint. Peace wishes them personal harm, nor does he rejoice in victory. How could he rejoice in victory? And 32. The Tao can't be perceived. Smaller than an electron, it contains could remain centered in the Tao. All things would be in harmony. The world would become a paradise. All people would be at peace, and the law would be written in their hearts. When you have names and forms, know that they are provisional. When you have institutions, know where their functions should end. Knowing when to stop, you can avoid any danger. All things end in the Tao, as rivers flow into the sea. 33. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. If you realize that you have enough, you are truly rich. If you stay in the center and embrace death with your whole heart, it can be called humble. It can be called humble, since all things vanish into it, and it alone endures. Thus, it is truly great. 35. Because she has found peace in her heart. Music or the smell of good cooking may make people stop and enjoy. But words that point to the Tao seem monotonous. When you listen for it, there is nothing to hear. When you use it, it is inexhaustible. 36. If you want to shrink something, you must first allow it to expand. If you want to get rid of something, you must first allow it to be given. This is called the subtle perception of the way things are. Slow overcomes the fast. Let your workings remain a mystery. This is called the subtle perception of the way things are. The soft overcomes the hard. The slow overcomes the fast. Let your workings remain a mystery. Just show people the results. 37. The Tao never does anything, yet through it all things are done. If powerful men and women could center themselves in it, would be content with their simple, everyday lives, in harmony and free of desire.
Amore,
38. The master doesn't try to be powerful. Thus, he is truly powerful. The ordinary man keeps reaching for power. Thus, he never has enough. The master does nothing, yet he leaves nothing undone. The ordinary man is always doing things, yet many more.
I could throw out some stone cold hard
No.
facts.
I believe that I don't care if they rehabilitate.
Okay,
I think that forgiveness does not mean restoration. Forgiveness means forgiveness. And if I allow for a religious institution to forgive whoever they want to forgive, but that does not absolve them of the responsibility of putting a person. So sorry. You have to understand the power that you have.
Case is
Exercise right speech. Avoid mental agitation. Be restrained in mind. Giving up wrong thoughts. Rash speech. Avoid rash speech. Be restrained in speech. Giving up wrong speech. Exercise right speech. Avoid mental agitation. Be restrained in mind. Giving up wrong thoughts. Think good thoughts. Those who practice restraint.
That's the big mantra of the day. Think good
body,
thoughts.
Word, and mind are surely in control of it. Giving up wrong deeds. Exercise right action. Avoid rash speech. Be restrained in speech. Giving up wrong speech. Those who practice restraint in body, word, and mind are surely in control of this. Giving up wrong deeds. Criticize the silent ones. They criticize the talkative ones. They criticize the moderate ones. There is no one in the world who escapes criticism. There never was and never will be, nor is there now, the wholly criticized or the wholly approved. Whom the discriminating praise is behaving impeccably in life, displaying about the flaws in other people, the mental intoxicants come to an end. This, Atula, subnote, Atula was a lay devotee who lived at the time of the Buddha. When he told the Buddha about the flaws in other people, the Buddha admonished him of the value of forbearance. This, Atula, has been going. They criticize the moderate ones. There is no one in the world who escapes criticism. Oh, lovely. Somebody is in the page. Okay, this is called anger. This is a meditation. Is in the page. Okay, this is called anger. This is a meditation. So take the deepest breath of the day. I'm going. I will leave quietly. That's okay. I want you to if you don't want to be here, but if you want to stick around, at least grace me, with 3 minutes of your time. That's all I'm asking for is 3 minutes of your time. He left. And that's just uses so much profanity and vulgarity, he can't. so much profanity and vulgarity. He can't make it in the commercial world. And there is more joy. Because he has gone to a blissful state. A careless person, quoting much of the scriptural text but not living it, cannot share the abundance of the holy life. Just as the cowherd, on to rank hereafter, in both states remote, energetic, moderate in speech. Are left to be done. Moral man does something, and when no one responds, he rolls up his sleeves and uses force. When the Tao is lost, there is goodness. When goodness is lost, and if all you do therefore the master concerns himself with the depths and not the surface. Infinite abundance. He dwells in reality and lets all illusions go. "39. In harmony with the Tao, the sky is clear and spacious. The earth is solid and full. All creatures flourish together, content with the way they are, endlessly repeating themselves, endlessly renewed. When man interferes with Tao, the sky becomes filthy. The earth becomes depleted. The equilibrium crumbles. Creatures become extinct. The master views the parts with compassion because he understands the whole. Okay, this was his constant practice, his humility. He doesn't glitter like a jewel, but lets himself be shaped by the Tao, as rugged and common as a stone. Individuals connected to essentially white Christian nationalism, 40. Return is the movement of the Tao. Yielding is the way of the Tao. All things are born of being. Being is born of non-being. Good morning. 41. When a foolish man hears of the Tao, he laughs out loud. If he didn't laugh, it wouldn't be the Tao. Thus it is said, the path into the light seems dark. The path forward seems to go back. The direct path seems long. True power seems weak. True purity seems tarnished. True steadfastness seems changeable. True to be found. Yet it nourishes and to be found. Yet it nourishes and completes all things. 42. The Tao gives birth
to 1. 1 gives birth to 2. 2 gives birth. 2 gives birth to 3. 3 gives birth to all things. All things have their backs to the female and stand facing the male. When male and female combine, all things achieve harmony. Ordinary men's thing in the world. That which has no substance enters where there is no space. This shows the value of non-action. Teaching without words, performing without acts. Which is more valuable? Success or failure? Will be fulfilled. If your happiness depends on money, you will never be happy with 45. 45. True perfection, true straightness seems crooked. True wisdom seems foolish. True art seems artless. The master allowed warheads are stockpiled outside the cities. There is no greater illusion than fear. No greater wrong than preparing to defend. No greater wrong than preparing to defend yourself. No greater misfortune will always be safe. "47. Without opening your door, you can open your heart to the world. Without looking out your window, you can see the essence of the Tao. You can see the essence of the Tao. Achieves without doing a thing. "48. In the pursuit of knowledge. 48. In the pursuit of knowledge, every day something is added. In the practice of the Tao, every day something is dropped. Less and less do you need to force things, until finally you arrive at non-action. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. True mastery can be gained by letting things go their own way. It can't be gained by interfering. 49. The master has no mind of her own. She works with the mind of the people. She is good to people who are good. She's also good to people who aren't good. This is true goodness. She trusts people who are trustworthy. She also trusts people who aren't trustworthy. This is true trust. The master's mind is like space. People don't understand her. They look to her and wait. She She treats them like her own children. "50. The master gives himself up to whatever the moment brings. He knows that he is going to die, and he has nothing left to hold on to. He holds nothing back from life. Therefore, he is ready for death. 51. Every being in the universe is an expression of the Tao. Takes on a physical body. Lets circumstances complete it. That is why every being spontaneously honors the Tao. The Tao gives birth to all beings, nourishes them, maintains them, cares for them, comforts them, protects them, takes them back to itself, creating without possessing, acting without expecting, guiding without interfering. 52. In the beginning was the... To find the origin, trace back the manifestation. Seeing into darkness is clarity. Knowing how to yield is strength. Use your own light and return to the source of light. This is called practicing eternity. 53. The great way is easy, yet people prefer the side paths. Money on weapons instead of cures. When the upper class is extravagant and irresponsible, while the poor have nowhere to turn, all this is robbery and chaos. It is not in keeping with the Tao. 54. Whoever is planted in the Tao will not be rooted up. Whoever embraces the Tao will not slip away. Her name will be held in honor from generation to generation. Let the Tao be present in your life, and you will become genuine. Let it be present in the universe, and the universe will sing. How do I know this is true? By looking inside myself. 55. He who is in harmony with the Tao is like a newborn child. Its bones are soft, its muscles are weak, but its grip is powerful. It doesn't know about the union of male and female, yet its penis can stand erect. So intense is its vital power. It can scream its head off all day, yet it never becomes hoarse. So complete is its harmony. Effortlessly, without desire. He never expects results. Thus he is never disappointed. He is never disappointed. Thus his Settle your dust. This is the primal identity. Be like the Tao. It can't be approached or withdrawn from, benefited or harmed, honored or brought into disgrace. '57. If you want to be a great leader, you must learn to follow the Tao. Stop trying to control. Let go of fixed plans and concepts, and the world will govern itself. The more prohibitions you have, the less virtuous people will be. The more weapons you have, the less secure people will be. The more subsidies you have, the less self-reliant people will be. I let go of economics, and people become prosperous. I let go of religion, and people become serene. I let go of all desire for the common good, and the good becomes common as grass. 58. If a country is governed with tolerance, the people are comfortable and honest. If a country is governed with repression, the people are depressed and crafty. When the will to power is in charge, the higher the ideals, the lower the results. Try to make people happy, and you lay the groundwork for misery. Try to make people moral, and you lay the groundwork for vice. Thus the master is content to serve as an example and not to impose her will. She is pointed, but doesn't pierce. Straightforward, but supple. Radiant, but easy on the eyes. 59. For governing a country well, there is nothing better than moderation. The mark of a moderate man is freedom from his own ideas. Tolerant like the sky, all-pervading like sunlight, firm like a mountain, supple like a tree in the wind. He has no destination in view, and meets of anything life happens to bring his way. Nothing is impossible for him. Because he has let go, he can care for the people's welfare, as a mother cares for her child. Running a large country is like frying a small fish. You spoil it with too much poking. Center your country in the Tao, and evil will have no power. Not that it isn't there, but you'll be able to step out of its way. Give evil nothing to oppose, and it will disappear by itself. 61. When a country obtains great power, it becomes like the sea. All streams run downward into it. The more powerful it grows, the greater the need for humility. Humility means trusting the Tao, thus never needing to be defensive. A great nation is like a great man. When he makes a mistake, he realizes it. Having realized it, he admits it. Having admitted it, he corrects it. He considers those who point out his faults as his most benevolent teachers. He thinks of his enemy as the shadow that he himself casts. If a nation is centered in the Tao, if it nourishes its own people and doesn't meddle in the affairs of others, it will be a light to all nations in the world. 62. The Tao is the center of the universe, the good man's treasure, the bad man's refuge. Honors can be bought with fine words. Respect can be won with good deeds. But the Tao is beyond all value, and no one can achieve it. Thus, when a new leader is chosen, don't offer to help him with your wealth or your expertise. Offer instead to teach him about the Tao. Why did the ancient masters esteem the Tao? Because being one with the Tao, when you seek, you find. And when you make a mistake, you are forgiven. That is why everybody loves it. 63. Act without doing. The master never reaches for the great. Thus she achieves greatness. 64. What is rooted is easy to nourish. What is recent is easy to correct. What is brittle is easy to break. What is small is easy to scatter. Prevent trouble before it arises. Put things in order before they exist. The giant pine tree grows from a tiny sprout. The journey of 1,000 miles starts from beneath your feet. Rushing into action, you fail. Trying to grasp things, you lose them. Forcing a project to completion, you ruin what was almost ripe. Therefore, the master takes action by letting things take their course. He remains as calm at the end as at the beginning. He has nothing, thus has nothing to lose. What he desires is non-desire. What he learns is to unlearn. He simply reminds people of who they have always been. He cares about nothing but the Tao. Thus, 65. The ancient masters didn't try to educate the people, but kindly taught them to not know